Hey everyone, my name is Lauren. I'm the author of a book called The Mandela Effect or The Miracle Effect, 13 Reasons Why I Am the Wolf and You Are Too. And I'm the founder of a Facebook group called Lights Unite, The Great Awakening. If you guys are experiencing the Mandela Effect and have the means to join me, I've been invited to present at an upcoming Mandela Effect conference hosted by Jerry from Dark Wolf's Den this November 8th through 10th in Ketchum, Idaho. Other speakers will include quantum physicist and best-selling author Cynthia Sue Larson, Shane from Unbiased and On the Fence, Christopher Anatra of The Quantum Businessman, and artist and visionary Kimberly Lynn Hansen. I'm new to YouTube, and creating YouTube videos isn't exactly my strong suit, but I want to try to put a few videos out there because speaking out about the Mandela Effect is definitely my passion. Anyway, it's been a couple of weeks since I've made a video because I've had quite a few things going on in my life lately. I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago that I am going through a divorce right now. More specifically, I've met with the divorce attorney once, but something totally random happened that has slowed down the divorce process. I'll get into that in a bit. But anyway, my attorney considered that my husband and I might be the rare good candidates for divorcing through mediation because we are both committed to divorcing amicably. Even though staying married isn't unfortunately what seems to be in the best interest for both my husband and I, we are committed to remaining friends, being teammates, and raising our child and keeping some sort of family structure intact for our kiddo. Still, it is surreal to me to contemplate ending 10 years of a life that we built together. My husband and I met and fell in love on the lake in Texas on a lake called Lake McQueeney. We now live in San Antonio, but we still own a condo on the water, and over the years we've visited as frequently as we could on the weekends and holidays. Besides the Mandela Effect, one of my greatest passions is being in nature and on the water, and some of my most profound spiritual experiences have happened while meditating on the water, sometimes on water skis on this lake. Even though Texas is a community property state, for various reasons, I felt that the condo belongs more to my husband than to me, and plus that I just didn't want to fight. I don't want to fight, and I agreed to let him have it. However, it's broken my heart to imagine having this piece of me taken away. I know that what I'm talking about is definitely like first world problems, that I'm crying about having waterfront property taken away from me, but I've had many serious health issues and many near-death experiences over the past few years, and this place was like my safe space for healing and recovery, and it meant a lot to me. And in a divorce, I agreed to give it up, and I've just felt conflicted about it. Now, the most random thing has rocked the lakeside community. Out of nowhere, randomly, suddenly, this 91-year-old lake is going to be drained. Seriously. There was a failure of a dam in an adjacent lake, and now the people in charge, the Guadalupe Blanco River Valley Authority, has decided to drain the lakes and not refill them. Multi-million-dollar homes and entire communities have been established around these lakes, and supposedly these lakes will just not exist. This is all over the news in Texas. The public is shocked. I joke with my friends that I hope I shift to an alternate timeline and don't lose my lake. But then again, it's kind of like I'm losing my lake no matter what because I agreed to give my husband the lake condo in the divorce. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but it's interesting to note that, again, my outer world reflects my inner world. I love that lake, and no matter what, it seems like I'm losing it. Now, for an actual Mandela effect that other Texans might recognize. My leg, like McQueenie, is in between two cities, Seguin and New Braunfels. New Braunfels is a German community, and to me, it's a Mandela effect. Seriously. When I was a child, New Braunfels was spelled New Braunfels with an S, but the S was supposed to be silent. Many people, however, pronounced the S, and it drove me crazy. My dad's an Episcopal priest, and I moved around a lot as a kid. When I moved back to Texas as a young adult, I was delighted to see that the Chamber of Commerce decided to change the spelling of New Braunfels so that people would finally pronounce its name correctly. That is what I assumed happened. Last year, while I was still going back and forth to the Mayo Clinic with numerous health issues, and I was having such intense experiences with the Mandela effect, I decided for my well-being, I really did need to find someone who I could talk to help me process what I was experiencing. So I located a therapist in my health plans network who I thought might be able to help me talk through some things. Unfortunately, this lady didn't end up working for me to talk with because the Mandela effect overwhelmed her. She tried to convince me not to trust myself, my memories, and that's the opposite of the goal of therapy. I have my master's degree in this. I am a trained professional counselor myself, for crying out loud. So distorted thought patterns should be corrected, but the goal of therapy is self-actualization. Anyway, this misguided therapist told me that what I was telling her reminded her of an argument she always got into with her friend about New Braunfels. The friend called it New Braunfels and insisted that there was an S, even when they were both looking at the city's sign, but the therapist couldn't see it. I cracked up laughing. It was a Mandela effect that I had totally forgotten about because I genuinely believed the city's Chamber of Commerce changed the city's spelling. And if you guys have any friends in South Central Texas who see the Mandela effect, ask them about this town. They might not spell it with an S, some might, but they'll probably still say New Braunfels. When we deeply consider the Mandela effect, we're awakened to the idea that the universe is much more expansive than we had imagined. And if you go deeply enough down the rabbit hole of the Mandela effect, you become aware that you are an intricate player in the game. Some people consider the Mandela effect points to simulation theory. A couple of weeks ago, I found a YouTube channel that I really like called Open Your Reality. This channel is fairly new, but the guy makes great videos, including a really interesting video about the Mandela effect. Because of my own experiences, I see things from a slightly different perspective than this guy, but I really like his thought process and his intentions. Anyhow, he strongly believes we are living in a simulation, and he's put together some interesting videos that you guys might want to check out. My thoughts about being in a simulation? Well, I think we are, sort of. But the simulation is fluid and interactive. From a religious perspective, God created the game. From a Christian perspective, Jesus is victorious. From a self-realized perspective, we are one with God, and you will be victorious in the game. In fact, I believe that is ultimately what this game is all about. That's the way it's been programmed, for you to wake up to who you really are and for you to be victorious. We are both the creators and the players of this game. What's cool to me is that it seems like we're also playing this game together, and together we're creating the Mandela effect as a mass spiritual wake-up call for an evolution in what we as a society want to create for ourselves, for our children, and for generations in the future. We who are experiencing the Mandela effect are awakening to Christ consciousness. If you're experiencing this, thank you for waking up. What are you guys' thoughts? Please leave a comment and stay tuned because we are going to keep exploring all of this and figure this out together. Take care of you guys and see you all again soon in the next video. Bye.